Been a while since I've updated this thread. Been a bit busy, one thing and another. Anyway, I want to try and get this Raspberry Pi working, etc, etc, for the next pinball Pinfest next year. So that's my target. I'm now dropping back onto the mechanics, and today I stripped out the score wheel. I suppose I should have done a before and after rather than just an after. Anyway, there was a score wheel there. It's currently in there. And all this sort of stuff. And also another one. Another box of stuff here. For the assembly, this is where he spills it everywhere. What was it again? It was the Flashmatic. So this was all the Flashmatic stuff. There's a couple of spider things in there. No mechanical issues, no physical issues with that lot, but this, it's on death's door. That's supposed to go on that pin, and it's obviously hanging on by a thread here. Tried to get these screws out. They're a weird tilly-willy tin captive nut rather than a proper brass captive nut in there. Good old Chicago coin for you, I guess, different in build quality. I'm not going to force them. They're not coming out easily. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean these up with some alcohol to try and get rid of all the grease, especially in that big crack. And I'm going to have to fill it with some cyanoacetate or something like that, and then Jubilee clip hold it in place to glue. So I put some really thin cyano down there, and then screw a Jubilee clip around the circumference of that circle. Looks like a radiation sign. Dr. David Banner. Anyway, and then yeah, try and fix it that way. But you can see the crack has extended out into the wheel there, which is not ideal, but all salvageable. It's just trying to get rid of the horrible grease and oil that's gone in there, because if I don't, it's just not going to stick. I can always pop a tie wrap around that. Yeah, I know. And in terms of keeping it together permanently, I will try and source another one if I can. Then you know it's worth trying to take this apart, and then I'll perhaps replace those with some proper imperial brass nuts so it's easier to come apart. Who knows? Maybe they had a reason for doing that. I personally think it's cost. So this was the motor that came off. It's pretty gunked up. It runs okay. It's a bit noisy. These are just looking at that, I can actually take that apart. Somebody's had this apart. Normally these are pinned. I've only just noticed. Normally these are kind of a rivet that goes through, but somebody's actually had this apart because they've replaced it with nuts. So unless that's how Chicago Coin designed it, but certainly other EM motors, you can't get these apart, but that can come apart, so that'll be good. I can strip that down completely and clean it, and then re-grease it with some proper grease. So that's good. Broke a wire off there. It should attach over here on one of these, on this chop block. I think I'll redo all of that, redo all those cables, and put up and fit the switch up here somewhere or something. That's for switching the score motor on and off for servicing. These little things are funny. These are the rockers. Let me just put it on one-handed. These were the rockers that go over the score wheel switch. So you can imagine there, the score wheel spinning, and in that direction. Let me turn it over. So the score wheel spinning, and these go over and then jump up. You can see that action there. You know, those will need just a bit of cleaning, but they're kind of a two-part jobby, which was quite interesting. So yeah, so those are the two parts. This was the motor for that one. In fact, there you go, look. Now I can demonstrate. This score motor has not been apart. You can see it's clean in there, very clean compared to the mess that's in the other one. So, so yeah, you can see the brass both end. It's kind of a brass pin that's put through, or a brass tube, and then some sort of hardened steel compression has then pushed it together, which then splays this out and then gives it the tightness. So you obviously got to drill those out. I would never do that unless the gearbox is knackered, but somebody's already done that on that one. So that's obviously had a problem at some stage. So you can see it's slightly misaligned as well. So yeah, anyway, so that's as far as we've got so far. Next time I want to get all this lot out, which shouldn't take too long. These don't come apart very easily. You've got this fibre board. Not sure whether I'm going to put that through the tumbler, because I really don't want to risk damaging that, or if I do, I'll probably put them through so there's no big stuff in there. So this whole metal frame comes out, that will come out, and these will come off. And you can see here I tie all the contacts together with a bit of cable so that I know the order they're in, and there's no way they can come apart. These are full of grease as well. These are going to need to be degreased, especially these ones here. I mean, look, these contacts are positively soaking. You can see those shimmering in the light. So that was obviously at the bottom. People have just been spraying it to help it chug along. Shouldn't really need any oil on them at all. I'm guessing maybe we still have a problem with that gearbox. We'll see though, if they've had to dope it up with so much grease and oil. But we'll see. We'll take it apart, strip it, and then we'll use some thinner oil on it, or we'll ask for some advice on what to use. Anyway, this is Rodeo rebooted. I'm back on the game, and I'm looking to try and get it done for Pinfest. So from me and Rufus, goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.